welcome to Bodrum. We are having fantastic weather, good winds. It's been a brilliant week.
And we got the perfect anchorage here right in front of Bodrum Castle. We're here for a little while because it's the start of Kraken's week here, and we've already had a little look around one. We're going to have a sail a little bit later. They're very special boats.
They are absolutely lovely. I hope you like the film.
Coming up, is this the perfect ocean cruiser? We meet the man who made her. A look around Bodrum Marina, lovely boats and a wonderful view. And sailing past the fish farms, a rather depressing sight. We are making our way down the west coast of Turkey from Bodrum, with a short stop on the way to Bodrum. The wind is forecast to be quite strong and from behind, but in practice it takes a while to match up.
Well, they promised us 20 knots of wind today, but as you can see, got pretty much nothing, and what we've got is fog. It's actually very low clouds. You see the tops of them sometimes. They're just sort of coming along at sea level. It's very strange. We did have enough wind to sail for a bit, so we got the mainsail up and we had preventer out. We were doing sort of 3 knots for a while, but it's dropped off completely now. And I'm actually down below just doing some editing for most of the time. Judy's up here reading a book and keeping an eye.
Lookout.
Well, you sort of need to be with this, and I've also, for the first time in 2 years, put the radar on. I'll give you a look at it. It's quite useful because it's just disappeared, but there was a little ship, that little dot in here. It's a fishing boat, I think. It doesn't appear on IAS. So I'll stick the radar on a repeater on an iPad and give it to Judy so she can keep an eye, and I can get on with my editing, which I'm doing down here. At least it's nice and stable.
We push on through the mist for an hour or so, enjoying the calm seas. And then the wind comes up as forecast, and we are off. But not quite into the open ocean. Instead, past the fish farms. These are about 3 miles out at sea, and it doesn't take radar to spot them. It is a full-scale floating industrial park. Aquaculture, as it is called, makes up nearly half Turkey's fish production nowadays, and last year Turkey produced 400,000 tonnes of fish this way. It is a fast-growing industry.
That hose, yeah, I think that's throwing out food. It is, yeah, you can see it actually splashing in the water.
Tank after tank of caged fish is quite a sight. And whatever you think about this method of food production, it is a stark contrast to seeing fish living wild.
Massive.
We're quite a long way offshore, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear.
As we think we've passed the miles-long lines of nets, there is another being pulled by a tug. We've come across these at night in the past, and it's easy to miss them. As they drift out of sight, we arrive at the anchorage and settle for the night.
Well, good morning. I'm just going to get out of the galley because Judy's in there listening to the archers.
I'm making breakfast.
Making breakfast. I just want to show you where we are. We're in a place called Gumsuluk. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's very pretty. I'm afraid we've been very bad YouTubers and not really shown you much here because it's been really rainy, overcast, not very good. I mean, you can see by the state of the boat. Look at that. We've had this horrible sandy rain for the last 2 days, and it's absolutely got everywhere. So I am going to have a little bit of a look at that. Yeah, look at the state of that. Solar panels aren't doing too well with that. I'm going to have to clean those because we are a bit low. This is the lowest we've been. We got down to actually 30% last night, which obviously if we were lead acid that would have killed us completely. You don't want to take them down below 50, so that's one of the good things about lithium is we can do that. But we sort of made a mistake really in coming into this. When we came into this anchorage, we had 50, down to 50 I think, and it's because we were sailing, you know, slowly. If you saw the last episode, we had some quite long runs down here, sort of just sailing slowly and not motoring, which is nice, but it does mean you're not putting anything into the batteries at all. And then we got here and had 2 days of rain and clouds. We've been just sort of inside editing really, so again using all the power. So we are down to 30%, but I think, you know, it's a good test for it. We'll now just go out and we have another slow sail really. Probably won't use the motor that much. I'll use it a little bit just to make sure we get up a touch, but then I think the sun is due to stay out, so let's see how well we recover from that. But yeah, shame to not spend longer here really, but we do need to get down to Bodrum because the Sea Sail starts in 2 days time, so yeah, looking forward to that.
Just as we're getting ready to leave, another boat gets uncomfortably close. Luckily, they have their engine running and are able to pull away with a little push from Steve up at the bowsprit.
What happened there? Well, his anchor stuck, and then he's got it up, but then drifted right across, almost onto us. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. Oh well. It's all okay.
It's all okay. Then a quick clean of the solar panels, which will make a difference to the amount of charge we'll get over the day, and a look at the weather chart. We are in the middle of a mini Meltami now, which means there's a lot of wind, and we're getting a lot of fetch, which will make it pretty rocky at sea. Once we get round the corner to the south, the wind stays the same, but the sea is protected, so it's flatter. Probably why the south is so popular with cruisers. And so it proved.
Well, it's almost conditions to get a morning shower when you sit on the bow at the moment. We're not bashing straight into it, otherwise I certainly would be sat up here. This is the last little stretch now coming down towards Bodrum. And once you do that, once you go through that little gap between the Greek island of Kos and the Bodrum Peninsula, you're in much more protected waters. I mean, this is what happens when the Meltami blows here, and it's only blowing 20 knots at the moment. It's not much at all. I mean, it can blow twice as much as that, and quite often does. So this can get quite rough in here. But yeah, once you're into that more protected bit further south, it's much smoother running. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, it's probably why it's such a popular cruising area, I should think. Oh, how are we doing? Have we got a decent course?
Well, we're hanging in there. We were going to go that side of this island. That's the more direct route, but I think with the swell we'd have got rocked.
Yeah, it's going to be confused in there,
even
isn't
worse. It? Yeah, so we're going the other way around, so we slowed down a bit. But yeah, we'll make it.
Yeah.
And then flat seas, yay.
So what do we do when it gets a bit rocky? I know, social media pictures, of course.
I'm trying to get my Instagram shots.
I know.
And I'm thrown around. I'm going to try and stand up, but I don't know.
No, standing up's
That
not.
might be a bit risky.
Good. Well, that's quite a nice sail down towards Bodrum. We're losing the wind now a little bit in the shadow of the land here, and the cloud has sort of come over. Kos, the Greek island over there, is just capped in cloud now. It had snow cap on it when we last came down here, so this is better than that. It's warm, but yeah, not sunny, so we're not getting a lot of charge. But actually, good news is on that front that we've decided actually to go into Bodrum Marina, because it's going to be really windy the next couple of days, and we're going to have to leave Fair Isle at anchor while we go out and play on Kraken yachts. So yeah, luckily we've got our friend Dogan, who's from Bodrum, who's managed to get us a place. I think it's quite full, Bodrum Marina at the moment. It's a holiday, so he's managed to find us a berth anyway, so we're going to go in and explore a little bit.
As the marina is full, space is limited, so the pilot boat proves essential in a narrow fairway.
Quite a narrow fairway to come at, but with a normal boat you'd reverse up here and go straight in, but Fair Isle won't reverse in a straight line, so I'm going to have to try and turn around, swivel us round in this little gap between the boats and get in there. Wish me luck. I'm going to go a bit further forward.
A little push on the stern.
I'll take us back now. Thank you.
Then we make it into a very tight spot.
You can come and do the stern lines, Danny, once you've done that. Oh, we've got someone here, don't we? Oh, Douglas here.
Welcome to Bodrum Marina. A 75-ton lift if you need it, and an art gallery in what was the original entrance to the marina. There's also a gym, which I made very good use of.
And of course, every good marina in Turkey has a laundry.
There's also free tea and coffee in the Marina Club. Lovely.
The other thing about Bodrum is that Kraken Yachts have moved here.
Yeah, this is their new yard. They've got a mould for a 50 over there, but they haven't started production yet. But there are already 4 50s on the water, and we want to show the latest one to you. If you've watched the Which Cruising Boat video, then you know that we're a great believer in a proper keel. Kraken call theirs the Zero Keel, because it has 0 bolts. And this, a protected inline rudder. These items are a must-have for us in a cruising boat, and Kraken is virtually alone in doing it this way now. There will of course be a full tech video on Kraken, available on Patreon very soon. Kraken's story is a very personal one, and it all started with this boat, the first Kraken, the brainchild of Dick Beaumont. Now I have got to just show you this. This is the inside of White Dragon's engine room. Never seen anything quite like it. Dick wants to be retired and sailing, but he can't ignore the clamour from people who want a boat like his.
I had no intention of founding Kraken Yachts, even when I started to work with Kevin Dibley on the design and then the build of White Dragon. A good friend that I knew drove me crazy to build him a smaller version because he believed in the same virtues that I do, that you have to start with an integral keel and a fully skegged rudder, or a long keel and a keel hung rudder, and a well laid up hull, and he had the same problems but at 50 foot as I had at 60 odd foot, which is the boat I wanted. And so I told him no 3 times. He'd asked me to go to Düsseldorf Boat Show in a search for the right boat, and it was at Düsseldorf Boat Show, and I guess that's going to be 7 years or maybe 8 years ago now. I walked around with him, and there wasn't a boat I could recommend at the boat show, not one, that he could go and sail off. I felt I would go and sail off around the world. Of course, to some extent, I already knew that, but I'd only really looked at 60s and that kind of size. It did surprise me. There wasn't, you know, at that time, there wasn't one boat at the Düsseldorf Boat Show that didn't have, for example, twin rudders, let alone full keel.
Yeah, it's quite shocking, isn't it? Because these boats are calling themselves, you know, A-class blue water ocean going boats.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
easy to come by now.
Yeah, and of course the phrase blue water has been massively plagiarised now. And what does it mean? It don't really. I mean, the water's blue here. We're in Turkey. The water's blue, so hey, it's a blue water cruising boat. I think what everybody believes it should mean is really a boat capable of passage making across oceans and going off grid. You know, going off grid is a different thing again, because the real requirement for a keel that's not bolt on is negated to some extent in the civilized world, because you go and you run aground and you can come in and you can be hauled out pretty well.
And you're hauling out regularly anyway.
Yeah, try and do that in Well, I did run aground in Indonesia hard, and the nearest that was in northern Indonesia, and the nearest haul out point was 4,000 miles away and was Cairns.
Yeah.
And if you've got a worry, and that's a big thing that I definitely don't want to do, is to be worried about something as fundamental as that.
Yeah.
Then if you've got the worry and you've got to be sailing with your family and friends for 4 or 5 months before you get to somewhere you can even address whether you have got a problem, that to me is that's not something I want to do. And so I then decided, okay, there's this, everybody seems to have moved out the way. Everybody's gone, there you go, Dick, how about the real true blue water cruising boats? Who's going to build those? So I decided I would.
So you're often playing with the nav inside nav seat. Do you think this is a good idea then?
Totally.
In here?
I'm navigating. There's no question. Look, I can see the sails at the front here.
You're at deck level, so you can see under the sails.
Exactly, through
And
that
can you
one.
see-
I can see the mast. And I'm warm, and I don't have to go and sit in the wind.
So you think you'd sit here and just auto-helm your way through it, would you? Through your night shift with your cup of tea?
Well, you can't change anything, sails or anything, obviously from here. But then I could go up there, do it.
You can steer
come
from here.
back here.
Well, you'll just shout for me if you need the stairs.
There is that. There is that. I could do that as well. But no, this makes it so much easier, as long as you don't fall asleep. obviously.
You can't fall out of that chair, can you? So
Nope.
you'll be right.
I'm good. And look, swivel it. Done.
You're locked in.
Yep. Steve, come here. Look.
Oh, what? That's to keep you away from me.
Exactly. No, it's not.
Stop you jumping on me in the night.
It is instead of a lee cloth.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not rolling around, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
What a brilliant
I've seen,
idea.
yeah, they drop down. So, but
Yeah.
if you want them, you can have them there.
Yeah, exactly. And the space here is just amazing. Yeah, it's lovely, more than we've got. And look, shower, come here. Shower. There we go. I don't know if you can see there. Top shower, all integral.
And a proper little glass door.
And nice space, really nice space. Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool, and they got the Korean stuff in here. And you've turned the floor lighting on.
I have. Isn't that special?
It's nice.
Absolutely lovely.
Well, I want to show you, because we don't sleep back here, do we, when we're on passage?
Well, on passage. No.
Yeah, but what I found up here, have you seen this? The table, which can drop down to be a big double, you can also, with a switch here, just, that one, take it down.
Oh, yes.
So it's just down far enough that you can use the edge of the table as a bit of a lee ball. So I think we'd do that, wouldn't we? I think that's the way we would
absolutely,
do it.
because you can still see what's going on up there.
Yeah, the
But
person.
let me bring you in here. This is what I want. Want lots of things, but would very much like something organised like this.
Yeah, that's great.
And this is the freezer. Oops, there we go.
Oh, pull-out freezer. I've only ever seen them on catamarans before. I've always thought.
Excellent. Pull out fridge. I know that's from the fridge.
Yeah.
But just so easy and so well planned.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it. Have you seen this bit? Move that water
If we move the water over here.
Because it's got the chopping board bit on here, which is nice. But a lot of ones have that. But look, if you lift these up, that's the bin.
That's one side, and that's for your food. That's your food bin.
Yeah, just organic stuff, so you can lift it out and chuck it overboard if you're out at sea.
Yep.
Just wipe it off the board. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yes, just very well thought out, and clearly thought out by someone who's done this themselves. That's the key thing.
Yeah. Let's just have a quick look in the forward cabin then, see what they've got in there. Its mast comes all the way through, kill step mast.
They're quite chunky, aren't they?
Yeah.
I had a look at these, quite chunky bunk beds. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, you can make that a double. You could have two people on there. Slightly cosy.
Quite friendly. We'd be all right on that.
And lots of cupboards.
And then these cupboards, and then look, hang on, I have found this.
Oh!
I was looking and I did find it. I mean, it's a decent size.
You didn't want this boat until you found that, did you?
Well, I have to say I wanted this boat and want it, and now I definitely want it.
Yeah.
Well, I quite like a washing machine though.
Yeah. I think we'd just find a washing machine to put on Fair Isle, would be fine.
Do you think? Now we've got a water maker, we can.
Yeah.
Another little touch, a sliding companionway door. Very slick.
Okay, is it tricky?
No, it's not. It's not too tricky. It's just a bit smelly. It's a good job you haven't got smell-o-vision. No, it's once you've got these pipes off, they go straight to the black water tank, so it does whiff a bit. But we've got to get this done because there's a handle that's supposed to be on here that's broken off, and that directs it either the output here from the black water tank either to out here or to up to the deck suction point, because here in Turkey you don't put your black water into the sea, you have it pumped out, and so I need to switch that regularly and I can't switch it now, so got a new one. Shove it in. Yeah, it's just direct replacement, so should be fairly easy. Just don't want to get any of this horrible stuff anywhere.
It is messy. Can I go now?
Go out and get some fresh air. Yeah, go on.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to going out on the boat tomorrow. We've got good wind today, but tomorrow's our slot, so that's when we'll be off.
Well, it's been, I mean, at the moment it's good wind every afternoon, so I'm hoping we get a good sail. I mean, you can see just from looking around it, the touches that have been put onto that boat. You know, it's because Dick has done, you know, hundreds of thousands of miles as a liveaboard cruiser, so it really shows through the little touches that he's done, I think, that's there.
I agree. All the things that you think, oh, I wish I could do on a boat, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He had his little black book that he's put those marks in, and is actually, you know, it's come to fruition all in that boat. And it is, you know, this structure of the boat as well. I mean, it really is the only new boat that we would consider buying. I mean, we're not. We are, you know, Fair Isle is our boat, and there's no way we'd be swapping her for anything. But yeah, I mean, if we were in the market for a new boat, that's really the only one that ticks all the boxes that we would have on for a sailing and safety point of view. And you know, it has, when you look at it, got, you know, all those little extra touches which make it a bit special, don't they?
But it does make you appreciate Fair Isle as well, because Fair Isle's a very homey boat and we love her, so let's leave it at that. We'll try and bring out another episode next week so that we can catch up with ourselves, because then we do want to go sailing. We've been taking local advice and there are some fantastic anchorages around here, lovely things to see, and Turkey's just perfect. Turkey in May, perfect, isn't it?
It's a great place to be. So yeah, we're going to enjoy sailing south from here. It's the more touristed area for, you know, for sailboats, the more cruising area as you go sort of south from Bodrum, and quite sheltered and really nice. So yeah, looking forward to that, and we'll show you all that. And there will be a special on Kraken as well, showing all the technical stuff.
So thank you very much to our patrons, thank you to our subscribers, and thank you for watching, and we'll probably see you next week.
Yeah, I think all being well, that'll be it.
That puts the pressure on.
We've got to get this sailing video out to you guys quickly, I think, because it's going to be a bit good. So thanks for watching.